Are you planning a visit to Japan this winter and wondering how to best prepare for the cold? Japan's winters are magical, but they can get seriously chilly, especially in the northern areas and in the mountains. Even Tokyo can feel very cold to some people, which has an average of about 5 degrees Celsius or 41 Fahrenheit during the winter days. The colder weather areas where people go for winter sports can be even colder, with an average of around minus 10 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit as a nightly temperature. So how do you best prepare for your trip? Well, actually, you don't need to worry too much about the packing because Japan has some awesome, affordable products that locals swear by, and you can easily find them here. From heat packs to cozy layers, I'll show you exactly what to buy, where to get them, and how to stay warm in Japan without breaking the bank. Stick around for these must-have tips and like and subscribe if you want more travel advice like this.
Happy travels!
Let's head inside Workman Plus. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to speak in a quieter voice to respect everyone else that's around here. So you might need to turn up the volume. Sorry about the kind of whispering. We're obviously going to be looking at prices in Japanese yen. And for those who are not aware, about 1,000 Japanese yen is currently about 7 US dollars or 10 Australian dollars. Let's start with affordable merino. There is a whole range of merino socks here. Prices start at around 600 yen. 60% merino wool, which is a good blend, is about 1,000 yen. Very affordable. This one's on sale here for 400 yen. 45% merino, so it's a bit less. I'd be looking at 60% merino for hiking socks, for winter socks. And these are thick socks. There is a whole range of merino available here, even with this cute little pattern here. Talking about merino, we have layers here. You would use these under your clothes to keep you warm in skiing or even walking around. There's a sample out down here, and it is a thinner merino, but it would still be very effective to keep you warm. That is 100% merino wool, and these ones are around 2,000 yen. You can get the top version or you can get the bottoms here. If for some reason merino isn't your thing, you can find other versions of thermals here. Most people know Uniqlo's Heat Tech, but there's a whole world of different Heat Tech style thermals in Japan, and Workman has them. Everywhere has them. Here are some thermal tops, and they range from, you have the middle heat of Thermomax to the extra heat. There are a bunch of different options that you can try here. 1,900 yen, and for the lighter, less thermal layer, it's 1,500 yen. There's also a range of merino hats. They start at 780 yen. Most expensive with this cap, which is 1,500 yen. This 100% merino hat is $7. Why are we paying $50 for a merino hat? There are also other options available. If you wanted the 3M Thinsulate, that'll set you back 500 yen. How much do the merino socks and thermals cost where you live? Next up, let's talk winter boots. You're coming skiing in Japan and you need to walk through deep powder snow. This is what people use here. Let's take a closer look at these winter boots. These are the boots that you'll see workers using, tradespeople, people working on the street directing traffic in the extreme cold temperature. I have these boots. All of my neighbors have these boots. Everyone uses these things here. 2,900 yen. I mean, it says it right here. Work winter boots. They're super light. Let's just take a look at these ones, for example. So you can see that they're lined inside and they are really, really lightweight. And they're very, very comfortable. It comes up to almost my knee. That's going to help me through powder snow. There are a whole range of different variety, different styles. Look at that, rocky. And these ones are really warm. This is a bit more expensive, 4,000, 3,900 yen. I'll take these down. Look how thick these ones are. A bit heavier. That's the sole on these guys. There is one next level of hardcore to these soles. These ones have built-in spikes, and these ones are also 3,900 yen. If you're not looking for snow boots, there are some other options just to keep your feet dry with waterproof shoes and boots. They're pretty comfortable. I actually have a pair of these, and they're somewhat stylish. 2,300 yen. Next up, let's talk about a huge game changer for me. These 100% waterproof work gloves. These ones boast that they can be used, you can stay warm down to minus 60 degrees Celsius. These one boasts they work down to minus 50 degrees Celsius, extreme cold. Japan made. These are used by people who work outside in Japan during the winter months. These ones that are from minus 60 are for sale for 1,780 yen. I first got to know about these gloves when I became a ski patrol in Japan. All of the ski patrol on the mountain that I worked at used these gloves. They're easy to use, so you can easily grab the poles when you want to set the courses and things. When you need to help people, it's easy to have that dexterity in your fingers. Plus, I've never been cold using these gloves. Less than 2,000 yen. Ski gloves that will never, your hands will never, ever get wet, and they stay warm. Affordable options for ski wear. In the US, some people like to buy cheaper clothes from Costco just to get through a season. It doesn't need to be the best thing, just something to do a week or two of skiing. In Australia, some people like to head to Aldi and buy some cheap alternative ski clothes. Here, you can buy some pretty decent quality ski gear. These are ski jackets that have actual down in them. It's not the highest quality, but they do have a waterproof rating. If you just wanted to grab some fleece, you can get them here really cheap as well. They're a nice design. They do try to mimic some of the more fashionable brands, and they do work. I have a few of these and they do actually work. Let's move on. We're going to a common DIY store found around Japan, and they're all more or less the same. Staying on the theme of clothing for now, these are heated jackets, battery-powered jackets that heat your body. A lot of people will use these, just like the fan air conditioning style jackets. The heating jackets are also really popular. Here you can see where the heating points are on the jacket. So it says it has 4 places where it heats your body, on your upper back, your lower back, and on the front. And the cost of this jacket is on sale. It's gone from 3,000 yen to 2,000 yen, but you still have to buy the battery pack for that. The battery packs for the jackets are about 1,000 yen. There is a whole range of designs available, with the vest style to the long sleeve jackets. This next one is more about safety, and it will save you some money. These are the spikes for your shoes. So they look a bit like this. They just attach to the bottom. You wear them on the bottom of your shoe, and you can get them here for less than 500 yen, super cheap. They've got some other alternative options. These are a little bit more expensive. Speaking of feet, that's where you're likely to get cold. And if you didn't want to upgrade to these boots, there is another alternative. For 1,000 yen or less, you can upgrade your inner soles. There's a whole bunch available, and they even tell you these little charts. Japan loves to add these little performance graphics to everything. It's so good. And I use them in my winter boots, my snow boots, for when I'm shoveling snow. Here we have some wearable electric blankets. You can wear whatever you want in Japan. No one cares what you do. This one here is a bit of a cheaper option. So it's that one that kind of wraps around you like an apron. But it's just 5,000 yen to be a little bit more comfortable. If you didn't want to commit to the giant blanket, you could just wear this one. This is much smaller, just over the shoulders. It is also a heated blanket, 1,500 yen, and it's quite fashionable for Japan. This is the style. Can you imagine yourself wearing this? This one's actually quite interesting. It's a heated hot eye mask. And if you're sleeping in cold mountains, it's not a bad idea. If you don't want to use your heater at night, you're staying warm in your bed, this will give your face a little bit of extra warmth. It's a pretty good option. I haven't used this before, but I could actually imagine myself using a cordless hot eye mask while I'm sleeping. While you're in Japan, make sure you seek out the kotatsu table at your accommodation. This is a heated table. It will keep you warm. Underneath these tables is a heating system. That is a heater, and that will keep you warm. And over the top of the table is a blanket to retain that heat. And that blanket goes all the way across that table. Just the tabletop keeps that in place. This might not be something that you'll buy as a product, but it's something you should definitely check out and try. It's a big part of Japanese culture, and traditions. And our final stop is going to be the pharmacy. At the pharmacy, you'll find the most classic item when you talk about staying warm in Japan, which are the heat packs, or kairo in Japanese. Kairo can be used as a hand warmer. You put them in your pockets, or they come in patches too, where you can stick that patch on your fabric of your clothes, usually on that first layer, like your t-shirt, your underlayer. It's really common to find these at the ski resorts too, with the patch under the socks. You just stick that directly to the fabric under your socks. And they are popular here. You can see them being sold in the box load. These ones look fire, 79 degrees Celsius. That's just gonna burn you. It's so hot. These heat packs are not just used for skiing and snowboarding. They're used in everyday life. They're a one-time use. There is a way to recycle them here in Japan. Keep that in mind. You can recycle these. You'll usually find that recycle spot at a supermarket. Since I'm in the pharmacy and we are talking about your winter trip to Japan, I would recommend to bring cold and flu medicine, painkillers from wherever you're coming from. Use something that you're used to so you don't have to go and search for that in case you do get sick in Japan. It's not the same kind of medicine, it's not the same kind of drugs. Bring it with you. There's a huge range of cold and flu medicine in Japan, but you're probably better off bringing a packet of something that you already know and use. Out of all of the products I've mentioned on this video, which one would you like to try the most? Or have you tried it before and would you recommend it? And if I've missed something that you think should get a mention, add it to the comments. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. And if you want more travel tips and advice, subscribe to my channel.
Happy travels!